I thought I was just passing through, but something about this place felt remembered. Maybe it was the music in the streets, or maybe it was the way the walls moved like they'd once been alive, or maybe I wasn't here by accident. So I followed that feeling, and it led me here.
Yeah, thought the night was over, but we're going to a viewpoint, apparently.
Spontaneous adventures always excite me. So when I travel, I do my best to say yes to unique experiences, places, and people, even when I'm tired. And this night was no exception.
Sundays seem to be a very poppin' day here. There was something that I thought was a marathon going on when I went to get coffee this morning, but it wasn't. It was, in fact, just they closed down the street, they let people exercise, all that stuff. It was super cool. El Poblado is definitely the richer area. I mean, you could just tell with people walking all the dogs and stuff, but we're about to walk through this market right in front of me. Let's see what they got. Yeah, I'm sure it is really funny to see me cry. All right, hot sauce. Oh my God. And this is the Carolina Reaper one. She said, try these peppers, they're not that bad. Guys, I promise you, they are that bad. Oh my eyes are watering, my tongue is on fire. I'm a gringo, bro. I'm not meant for the heat, but she was like, try the hottest one. You can try the hottest one. It's fun. I need salt, bro. Pismo, bro. Pismo, bro. There we go.
Ah, ya.
Yeah,
Yo también ahí de una.
Sí, bro.
Socio, bien.
Yeah, bro. Support Medellin. Medellin as campeones, bro. Probably just got ripped off on that jersey. It was 40,000. I don't know how much that was. It was like $10. Welcome to the new hostel. These aren't good. I'll pick it up. Well, at least we get a fancy blanket here and a fan. This is a pretty nice hostel. This area feels way more like Poblado than the other area. They were both Poblado, but this area, there's like expensive places right in front of me. This definitely feels like the rich area. I'm probably gonna walk to the supermarket here in a second and get myself an empanada and go to the ATM. For now, I'll put the bags away. Tip, if places give you a wristband, you don't wanna wear it, use your bag. Way easier in my opinion. So here's my bed. Here's what $20-ish, 21, gets you for a night here in Colombia. And a nice view. One of the reasons I booked this place is because it has a rooftop. So let's check out what the view's like here. Hopefully it's good. Up however many flights, oh my gosh, oh, there's an elevator. What are we doing? This is in fact the reason that I came to this hostel. But they got like hot tubs, which sound terrible right now because it's kind of warm, but you know, I'm just an American from Ohio. We got these. So yeah, pretty cool rooftop. Come up here to get a drink later. Wow. There's so much street art here, it's actually amazing. It's kind of crazy the difference between walking out of El Poblado to any other area. It's just, I mean, you could just tell, you just leave the rich area. It's weird. Good morning from Medellin, Colombia. We are on our way to the metro station to go to Comuna, a barrio that has been transformed here. And there's another guy selling aphrodisiac, part 2. Took the train all on my own. I'm feeling accomplished as an American because we have nada in America.
I arrived to a community in a place that was once ruled by turmoil. Its streets shaped by fear and conflict around every corner. Today, it's alive with more color, more music, and more hope than ever before. But the question stands, how does a community rise from the shadows to become this, one of the biggest tourist attractions in all of Medellin?
This behind us was a water screen back in the day, like at least 3 years ago. People would come here and propose that it was like a TV screen made of water. Pretty cool. This is actually a public soccer park. Apparently Comuna has a lot of history in terms of paramilitary groups and also groups from the far left, which they would call guerrilla groups.
Colombia's history is deeply intertwined with armed groups. Guerrilla groups like the FARC and ELN emerged, seeking radical social change. In response, paramilitary groups like the AUC rose to counter them, often backed by private interests, government, and private money.
The paramilitary groups under the control of a warlord called Carlos Castaño were used to cleanse the countryside, overrunning hamlets, executing suspected leftists, and forcing their neighbors to run.
Guerrillas fight the government, paramilitaries fight guerrillas. Their clash out shaped communities, landscapes, and legacies for decades, and this is just the surface of a very complex story that we will continue to learn more about.
This used to be an area that was full of crime. Now it has become a touristy area. Luckily, we're not too much in the tourist area right now, but he was saying there was a huge stigma for people who came from Comuna Trece in the past, where they would go to the city, they would have to dodge borders. Like if you're from America, think about gangs having their territories, right? They would have to dodge these borders, which could be even a little bit more serious, make it to the city, and still be despised for being from Comuna Trece. So there's a lot of things that have happened in Colombia. It's a beautiful place with beautiful people and also a tragic and beautiful history. Let's continue on and see what Comuna Trece has to offer. Behind us over there is the second largest favela in the world. Hola, bro. Mucho gusto. But yeah, guys, second largest favela in the world. And just to be clear, as our guy just said, favela does not mean dangerous. It just means poor neighborhood. Take it how you want. But yeah, second largest favela right in front of us. I think that's where Comuna Trece is. So all the way over there. Up there. What do you think this is? Because I thought it was an apartment building. This is a school that can house up to 1,000 students for free. I'm good. YouTube, don't ban me for this terrible dancing. We got this cheese ball. I don't know what it is. Yeah, Rico.
I'm also having this cheese ball.
Salud.
Cheers.
What do you, wait, what's your rating? What would you give it?
Well, in mine there's a hair in there, so I don't like that so much.
Extra flavor.
Yeah, well, I think I could have lived without it, but it's delicious.
Technically, we've been outside of Comuna 13 this whole time. Now, on the outskirts of it, now we're about to actually enter into Comuna 13. I had some really good ice cream, that really good queso thing. There's dancing right in front of us, so you know we're entering into Comuna 13. I believe Comuna 13 is a part of the largest favela in the world. What our guide also told us was that Comuna Trece, and hey, I don't know, I don't live here, but Comuna Trece is actually less dangerous than Poblado. But Poblado just has more security. They don't need the security as much here. So, and I will say, being here, it does feel a little bit more safe than Poblado. I wouldn't mind staying around here. It seems pretty cool. Also, look at this. Way different than anywhere I've ever been. Super cool. Art and graffiti everywhere, and we're just going straight up. Yo, so... Oh, they have escalators. Nice. Escalators that aren't working. I think the guy next to me is filming as well. Absolutely. I feel like I'm walking through a maze. I can't imagine how Brazil feels. Guys, truly one of the most unique places I've ever been. Truly. I mean, look at this. You got rolling mountains. You got millions and millions of people living here probably. You got so many people. You got houses right above me. You got restaurants. You got everything. Obviously, Comuna 13 has become a bit of a tourist attraction, or a lot of a tourist attraction. Tomorrow we go see a different barrio. But guys, I mean, come on, if you come to Colombia, at least check it out for a day. It's pretty cool. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. In this area, about 20 years ago, there was an operation called the Orion Operation. Basically, the paramilitary, along with the government, came and were hunting down guerrillas, guerrilla warfare groups in this exact area that we are. He just showed us a photo that Google will deny. Google, the information tends to be a little bit wrong on this. They say, as he was telling us, only 20 people died. No, in reality, estimated to be at least over 70. They also say the operation went for 2 days. It apparently went for 4 days and 3 nights. Now, I'm gonna take the words of somebody who has been here and has family who's gone through this. Our tour guide, rest in peace to his uncle, was killed because they made up the fact that he was a guerrilla and they killed him. It's called a false positive. But guys, it's a beautiful place with tragic history. Just when you come here, respect the history, come to learn, come to understand. Don't think everything's just Pablo Escobar galore. They had wars. They were fighting right here where we're standing. They were fighting on the streets that we were standing on not 10 minutes ago. Paramilitary groups in the military fighting guerrillas in all of these areas. It really is just crazy. And being from America, it's something that's very hard to understand. I mean, just to think, but wow, really wow. The paramilitary was here from 2002 to 2008 as well. And if you look behind me, it's hard to see. There's a salt mountain, but it's supposedly the second biggest mass grave in South America. Unreal. And we go up more. And with that, we conclude our tour of Comuna 13 here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. Time to try to find my way out of this favela. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode.